Shut up, Ben.
They run in a pack, Bill. They're dangerous singularly, but together they're nearly unstoppable.
Did I hear you say, anybody, Frankie? Anybody? The way we see it, the last time you were in this ring, Jimmy Rave approved, pinned you, 1, 2, 3. Therefore, that should make one of us the television champion.
Well, Bill, the title was clearly not on the line. 6 men.
Frankie, I apologize. I expected it. Yeah, the last time we were in here, you pinned me. It was a 6-man tag, but if I can recall, every time I've been in the ring with an approved member, one-on-one, I beat 2 of you. Line them up, and I'll lay them down.
Okay, well, obviously he is not going to back down from your challenge, so which one of you wants to challenge?
You know, Ben Masters, that's a funny thing you ask. See, when you signed a contract tonight, you obviously didn't read a whole lot. You put Frankie Valentine against approved. So how about this? How about this? You say you can beat all of us. How about you run the approved gauntlet today?
Oh.
First, let's see if you can get past Mr. WrestleMania Mike Posey. If you can get past Mike Posey, you got to go against the Violent Passion, Patrick Bentley. And if you don't get destroyed by Mr. Bentley, then you step toe-to-toe with Do or Die Chip Day. How's that sound, Elvis?
You know you don't have to do that, Frankie. You can call me crazy, you can call me arrogant, but when I go through all 3 of you, who's going to be embarrassed when they got to go back to Jimmy Rave and say that Frankie Valentine beat 3 of his guys?
Okay, he accepted the challenge, the RPW Gauntlet for the NWA Television Championship. Let's go to Miss Allie for the ring introduction.
Already in the ring for the NWA RPW TV title, the challenger, Mike Posey. And your champion, Frankie Valentine.
Well, Sal, you heard it. Not 1, not 2, but 3 opponents. If he defeats Mike Posey, he's got Patrick Bentley. If he manages to make it through Patrick Bentley, then he's got Chip Day, Georgia's most improved wrestler. And you're looking at one of the great teams in professional wrestling here, and a team you know very, very well, but you know who you know a whole lot better, the man that put it all together, Jimmy Rave.
I do know Jimmy Rave quite well, but here's the problem, Bill. You were running through all the guys he has to deal with, possibly. Mike Posey is capable of beating anybody any day. I don't think Frankie Valentine's mindset needs to be so much so on Patrick and Chip right now. He needs to take this one step at a time. Focus on Posey, who, you know, Mike Posey used to be such a silent kid, just sit in the corner and mind his own business. He's grown more arrogant day after day, just hanging out with Jimmy Rave, and that could prove to be his downfall, Bill.
I think one of the things that really has motivated Mike Posey, here's a young man that spent several years, several WrestleManias in the WWE as a referee, spent years for Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, and I don't think he ever felt truly appreciated in that. So what did he do? He stepped into the wrestling ring where you prove yourself every single match and every single night, and he's not only proven that, but he's been determined as one of the great wrestlers, and an indication of that was his commitment into the Jimmy Rave approved team. Jimmy Rave, you may not like his decisions in many other places, but when it comes to picking great talent and motivating them, Jimmy Rave is somewhat of a genius. Bill. And now Chip Day, the outside interference already starting, and Mike Posey taking quick advantage, catches him from the back, forces him to the outside, where he's now ready to be attacked by Precious Patrick Bentley right there.
And that's what you got to look out for, Bill. The one thing this approved group has is they're a group, they're a team. I don't think any one of them cares who gets the TV title as long as they win the television title. There's no ego involved within the group. The problem is outside of the group, outside of their realm. They're brash and they're boastful, and they let their ego get in front of themselves and they don't see the big picture. And Jimmy Rave, he pokes at that. He drives him to be that way, Bill.
You got to wonder, in the absence of Jimmy Rave, who of course suspended from Rampage Pro Wrestling for his actions, specifically against Referee of the Year Dustin Robinson, and almost some dangerous activity against Miss Allie herself. guard from Rampage Pro Wrestling for Dr. Johnny Gayton.
Yes.
You have to wonder whether these guys have decided to change direction. In the past, the agenda was set by Jimmy Rave, and it appears now that these guys are setting their own agenda.
Oh, well, I don't know about that, Bill. Just because he's out of sight doesn't mean he's not out of mind.
Oh.
Big swinging neck breaker there by Posey. And I'll give the devil his due. Posey has come a long way in a short time, Bill. I've seen him improve match after match, week after week. We could be looking at the next television champion. Patrick and Chip could be having the day off.
And right there, as Mike Posey does, each of these team members has an individual skill set that they go to. Mike Posey, primarily a ground mat work kind of professional wrestler. He likes to grab a hold and wear a man down. Good that they put him, and you think there was a thought process in that they put him in the first position, the man to wear down.
100%.
Maybe they're thinking if Mike Posey doesn't get the job done, what is going to be the impact on Frankie Valentine when it's all said and done? Trip maneuver there, beautifully executed by Posey, outside in with a leg drop.
Shot leg drop. And that's the beauty of Jimmy Rave approved. Like I said, Bill, they're a unit, they're a group. They put Mike Posey in place to wear him down, to beat him down, to be the grappler, to put Frankie Valentine into a position where if he does pull off the victory, he won't be ready to fight two more men. You could say what you want about their tactics, but they are a smart group, and that's what makes them dangerous.
And you can see the musculature on Mike Posey there. Obviously spends considerable time in the gym, but as you look at him and then look at the outside as the next opponent coming in, Patrick Bentley defines physical conditioning on the outside, one of the strongest competitors for his size in Rampage Pro Wrestling. And then Chip Day, the master of the kick.
Yes, Chip's feet are probably the most dangerous weapon within Rampage Pro Wrestling, and I've been on the receiving end of many of Chip Day's kicks to the skull, and I promise you, Bill, it feels like your brain's on fire. You lose all focus. But again, we got to pay attention to what's going on in the ring here.
Takes him down.
Frankie's showing heart, and that's one thing you can never question about Frankie Valentine. He's 180 pounds of heart. He's 180 pounds of fire.
Yeah, well, you're very right about that. I find it remarkable how often this young man seems to be able to come back from insurmountable odds. He got over a considerable challenge a while ago, literally from his own father here at Rampage Pro Wrestling. Came out of that victorious and was able then to defeat the television champion Jeremy Vane to become the TV champion, and he's hung on to that since. Look at Mike Posey's flexibility there, getting out of the way. One of the different attributes of the different things. Mike Posey uniquely flexible.
And that's what, together as a unit, they bring. Oh, wait, we got a quick roll up here. Inside package, and
Got
Mike Posey's out. But look at Valentine, can't get to his feet. It's a gauntlet, Bill. The human action figure himself, Patrick Bentley, in the ring now, putting the boots to Frankie Valentine. And like I said, this is where they become dangerous, because Mike Posey, he may have been beat, but he put a beating on Frankie Valentine. We got a French Patrick Bentley here, and he's all fire, but tilt-a-whirl head scissors there by Frankie. Frankie's, again, that heart coming into play.
Well, before Patrick Bentley was Jimmy Rave approved. Sal, I know your modesty will probably prevent it, but you had an awful lot to do with the development of this young man's career. Patrick Bentley early in his career, and taught him an awful lot, and you're going to see evidence of it out here. But Frankie Valentine still fighting, as we've talked about.
And that's the one thing about Frankie. If Frankie was just a hand and a head, Frankie would fight.
Snaps him right there, back of the neck, over the top rope. That's an unforgiving top rope. We've said many times, those aren't ropes at all, they're metal cables.
They're metal cables. And Bill, what they're doing now, again, it goes back to play to their smarts. It goes back to their genius. Because no matter how much heart you have, how much desire you have to fight, if your neck is incapacitated and you stop losing feeling in your feet and your arms, there's no way to kick out of holds. There's no way to fight if you can't move, Bill. It's actually a stroke of genius here by the approved group. And I hate to give them credit, but they are three of the best athletes on the roster, in the country when it comes to pro wrestling. And Frankie Valentine just might have bit off more than he could chew today, Bill.
Goes in Bentley. Bentley catches him, has him hooked.
Oh, swinging fisherman neck breaker.
Beautifully executed. Cover, no, not enough. Again, Valentine, tremendous resiliency. The kind of guy that back in the day you'd say would take on a buzzsaw and give it the first 2 rounds, and certainly true for this young man. But you're right. Mike Posey started by working the neck. Then Patrick Bentley picks it up, again softening that body part. These guys, it appears, are not thinking about each individual match as the only match. They're thinking both of that and thinking progressively match to match. There appears, as you've said, to be a plan, and the plan for all we know, maybe to pay this off with Chip Day after Frankie Valentine has done everything he can simply to survive and retain his title. I question why Frankie Valentine even agreed to this match, although one thing he's always been known for, this man is a fighter, he's not a quitter.
And that's the thing, Bill. Sometimes Frankie's
Got him!
quick schoolboy roll-up
In the
ring
ropes.
positioning. And again, when you're worn out, when you're tired, when you're battered and beaten, you lose track of where you are in the ring.
Enziguri maneuver there, but I don't think he caught all of that. Caught a bit of it to the side, but not enough for the pin.
But the thing is Frankie's so worn down, Bill. Frankie's so beaten that a glancing blow, a glancing shining wizard, hurts more so than it would if he were fresh. Keep in mind, Patrick hasn't taken much of a beating yet. Frankie was down and out when Patty came into this match. Posey already put a hurting on him.
And look at him using that nerve hold, and you can see the strain right there on the musculature of Patrick Bentley. You can only imagine what that must feel like for Frankie Valentine, but still, Valentine able to force him off, but not for long.
And again, it's back to the neck. And look at how Frankie's slapping his arm. It looks like Frankie might be losing feeling in that right arm. That's his punching arm, Bill. That's his chopping arm. That's his strong side. If you don't have an arm, you can't lift an opponent. If you can't lift an opponent, it's hard to defeat an opponent.
But he manages still to get to that vertical base, still lashing out, but you're right, having to use that left, not that right. Still having difficulty there.
Blue Thunder Bomb. This could be it. Oh. But notice what he did, Bill. He had to kick out with his left side. He had to kick out with his left shoulder there.
Pushes off that time, managed to use the right, but you could see very little impact there. They kick off, and now Patrick Bentley scissoring his own leg, putting extra pressure with the legs, much stronger than the arms, although with Patrick Bentley, maybe a crapshoot on that.
Either way, you're getting hurt. I can promise you that. And again, the game plan comes into
Got him
play.
right here,
He's
though.
bridging him back.
Not enough leverage in that particular one, and so much damage done to the part he was putting pressure on to try to force up when his neck is in that kind of control. You can only imagine the pain trying to get that 3 count.
And see, the thing is, Bill, he's hoping for the 3 count. Frankie's desperate right now. He's willing to get this 3 count. He's hoping just to get out of this. But even if he survives Patrick Bentley, he still has to come along with the buzzsaw Chip Day.
And he's still up, and he's managing to turn Bentley, trying to take him over, but can't seem to find the leverage. Lashes out once, twice. Weak punches those.
Oh,
Caught.
use the trunk to it.
But he manages to flip through it. Catches him with the knees.
That could be his code breaker maneuver. Frankie doesn't know where he is. Oh, come. And here we go, Bill. This reeks of Jimmy Ray. And here's the situation. What do you do?
And the winner by
the match-
disqualification, Frankie Valentine.
The match with Chip isn't even official yet. Could this be the... Oh! It's done, Bill. Frankie put up a heck of a fight, but...
Now referee is going to make sure the other guys are out of the ring, and now, wait,
Could this be
more damage as they go to the top, a maneuver I've referred to as overkill, although only 2 players, knees off the top, and then halfway across the ring, Posey with the leg drop. Now referee Stan Robinson telling them, get it out and we're going to start. This is the final match.
This is the end.
Chip Day goes for it. We're looking at a new champion right
Oh,
here, but no!
Oh, my God, Bill, he kicked. Bill. Oh, just like Tim Tebow on the football field, Bill, all Frankie does is fight. He wills his way to success. I can't believe this, but you got to wonder how smart this maneuver is. There's nothing like being a champion.
But wait a minute, Frankie managing to fight his way up to his feet, brought up, now kicked again. Kick. He's just, right now, he's almost a ragdoll until then flips through.
Oh, spinning super
He's
kick.
down. And again, Day goes for a cover. There's one. There's two. No, again!
I don't know where he's getting this fight from, Bill. You got to dig down deep. But my point is, Frankie is putting himself in harm's way. He's putting himself in the danger zone.
Oh, wait a minute. If you talk about the danger zone, the only other man I've seen set up like this is Low Key. But there's a swing and a miss and another.
Frankie got him. Crucifix. Get the leverage. He did it. He did it, Bill. He did it. Frankie Valentine still the TV champion.
And now they're about attacking him, and this man's going to need some help at the back. This man is going to need some
Something's
help
gotta be done
at
about
this
this.
point. All three of these competitors are
Bill,
out
I'm
there,
out
and
of
now
here.
he's being set up. Sal Rinauro just left the announce position. There's Drew Adler. There's J-Rod. They forced him from the ring. Fans, what an amazing performance by Frankie Valentine.
And the winner of all three matches and still your NWA RPW TV champion, Frankie Valentine.